Is this thing not the sexiest winter beater you have ever seen? Fucker's mint. That is one beautiful beater right there. Got this thing fixed up nice for winter duty. Keep all this salt off the truck. So buying an $800 piece of garbage, knew there'd be some work. So to get to the pass inspection, I had to do brake lines, fuel lines, fix the caliper there, get the e-brake working. And just to make it past my eyeball test, I blacked out the grill, did my sport bow tie trick. I'll have a video on that later. Did some little red accents. I put these Camaro Z28 wheels on here. These are 15x7s. Cost me $100. Scrapped the stockers for like 80, so that worked out pretty good. This is the 4x4 logo from the switch on the dash, and I got one of those red paint pens. Stupid little details that really make it look a lot better. And the Z69 sticker and the Chevrolet, just to make it look pretty. I don't mind driving a beater, but I still got some standards when it comes to aesthetics. This thing looks so good now. It actually handles a lot better with these wheels now too. So I got 2-inch more track width in the front, and I got each tire is 2 inches. The offset is 2 inches different. So I got 4 inches extra track width in the front, and I got 7 inches extra track width in the back because I added those 1.5-inch spacers to make them match up with the front. Like my other Blazer, the tires are completely flush with the fender. This one they're poking out a little bit. It actually does help it feel a little less squirrely. Made me a gearhead design sticker up there, and I also found a spot for this Cletus sticker that did not win me a turbo. And I'm having so much fun with this thing. I always mess around my truck in the snow a little bit, but you never go full send 10 out of 10 with it because I want to keep that thing like 20 years. This thing, if I crash it into a curb, whatever, wreck it. It is what it is, but you can screw around and have a great time in 2-wheel drive, get the ass sideways, and then if you get stuck, you just throw it in 4-wheel, pull it right out. I was drifting in the parking lot with a kiddo, and she was looking out the side window, going the same direction that we were driving, even though the car was sideways. She was like, "Daddy, where are we going?" Got the new Blazer mostly fixed up. I've been dailying this thing. It is kind of fun to drive it like a race car, because it's easy to find the limits. So easy, they put a warning sticker up here. It does rev match downshift way better than you would think it would, and it's pretty smooth for the most part. My ZF6 really doesn't bang gears too bad, but this is definitely smoother being a lighter duty transmission, this NV3500 in here. The squeaks are driving me crazy though. I can't find them. I fluid filmed the hell out of the whole thing, and it is still squeaking like crazy. Those squeaks are funny, huh? Make it squeak. Alright, these fuel lines have been a colossal pain in the ass. I'm adapting to nylon here. And I tried to cut these and they actually broke, not at the spot that I was cutting them, but another spot further. And this one had a rubber fuel line just on this jagged edge here. And they were a nightmare getting those fittings off, so good thing I'm doing them. Well, see if we can get this stuck bleeder out of here. Oh good, broke the weld right off. Second try we got it. Quenched it with WD-40 this time. This I found in my driveway like 5 years ago. Picked it up because I didn't want to end up in a tire or something. Have no idea what it's from, but it looks like it will work for a Blazer if I just cut it off, add a little bit of weld back here for that little hump. See how it goes. Alright, I think that'll work just fine. Okay, the garbage brakes from the Street Blazer are on the Z69 now. They're the ones that had the screw up in that caliper, and actually in the rotor on the back side too, there was damage to where the e-brake goes. Okay, I got the brakes fixed on the new Street Blazer, and I'm stealing some stuff off the shit box. like the American gauge cluster. Took this Canadian one out. I just reduced the mileage on this sucker to 84K. And this is what was in there, which has got to be the worst stereo install I've seen in my life. I'm gonna fix this massive door slop here with a welder. See how that goes. Mint. Might be enough. Watch your face. Maybe not quite enough.
Watch my dog.
Wow, must look like it's still.
Watch out, Tanky.
Hey! Mint!
Tank's happy.
Alright, closed but didn't want to open. But here's a little Brother wheel bearing washer in there. Now it's perfect. Got some old school stuff here with this factory CD player. Picked up this set of Camaro rims for the Blazer. I'm doing a half-ass refinish with some Scotch-Brite and rattle cans. Got 3 different cans of gloss black, so hopefully they're reasonably the same color. Dude, that 2 times coverage is no joke. This thing was like 3/4 full and I got all 4 wheels out of it. Hell yeah. Ugh, why am I wasting my time on that winter beater Blazer? This is why. I hate salt. Well, it is still liquid. That's a good sign. I sort of totally forgot about the old shit box here and remembered that I did fill this up with water after I pissed out half the coolant overheating at the Gambler there. But if it's coming out water, it should mean the block's not cracked and I'm all right. Fixing up a couple things here. This high beam don't work and it's not the bulb. I've tried 3 bulbs, so there's got to be something in here. Pretty sure this big divot in this fuel fill hose was my problem, so Amazon to the rescue. Did a bunch of looking around, couldn't figure out why this high beam wasn't going to work. So all I ended up doing was adding a wire from this high beam to the other high beam over here. And then I did the 4 high mod, the quad headlight mod. So all I did was ground this yellow wire. Not the yellow with the black stripe, but the yellow wire. Finishing up the beater build here with some fine china. This says they're 6061 T6 aluminum. I have a hard time believing that. But I'm going to Loctite them and torque them on. They should be alright. And since the kit will be in this truck, I figured I'd DA them flat too. That feels good. Well, this turned into a project. All I was going to do was put a new gasket and some RTV on here. Had to drill these out. And this actually broke off the back. I noticed this was actually jangling around, just hanging on the rear axle. This is a header reducer that I had laying around forever. And it actually matched up with the pipe here perfect. So here we are. Here's a dumb little gear head design detail. Another little stupid little detail for the Blazer here. And I sort of wish it didn't look amazing because that took a lot longer than I thought it would. You got to dab this all the way across because otherwise it doesn't work worth a shit. It's going to take forever to do those other 3. This little access hole for the transmission here is convenient. So it looks to me like the Blazer and the T56 have the same reverse switch. And this one's no good on the Blazer, but the Blazer's in the garage. So I'm just going to steal this one that I know works. And hopefully I'll have reverse lights. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Reverse lights, nice! Have I mentioned that I love GM interchangeability? I guess that's one benefit to having 6 GMs kicking around. And this is exactly what this Blazer is for. We're supposed to get 15 inches tonight. 55-mile-an-hour limit here, people. It's just snow. GTFO. Kind of nice to be able to do vinyl at home and not have to use the huge work CNC. Okay, did a bunch of vinyl. Here we go with the bow tie. The last one that fell off had the studs gone. This one still has them. So I'm gluing and nutting this one. Okay, now this thing is truly a blazer. Doing ball joint sucks. I hate doing maintenance stuff. I'd rather be hot rodding. Blazers are mostly a pain in the ass to work on, but I really like this remote oil filter setup. It looks like this one was last changed in March 36th of 2020. My oil filter lines are leaking, of course. They always are on these things. But I didn't spill a drop of oil, which is a lot different than my 8.1. My 8.1 truck is a pain in the ass. Filter on that pisses all over the front drive shaft no matter what you do. No way around it that I found. So 12.4 mpg. It's not exactly great, but it's better than the truck by far. Truck gets about 8 in the wintertime. Man, I just fixed this exhaust, and now instead of back there leaking, it's up front. Using this beautiful garbage here to drag home my Xmas present.